Greetings, Stalkers, and welcome back to the Grymm Mansion. I am your host, Weird Eldritch, friendly neighborhood occultist, and I am joined tonight and all nights by my despised co-host.
Abominathan, your friendly neighborhood doctor that apples are scared of. So what are we doing tonight?
Tonight we have the new release by a pair of directors whose last movie made a very good impression with us.
Oh yeah, those
Also known as Raka
of
Raka.
of um Talk to Me fame.
Yeah. I feel I feel like they reached here a little formula with their naming because
Yeah, three
this
words.
one, and it's always like verb. There's
It's
in this
it's
case
always
a preposition, but it's a pronoun,
it's
I
always
guess.
a three word phrase in like accusative form. Yeah, something like that.
So tonight we're talking about Bring Her Back. The candles are lit, the circles have been closed, and the words of power have been recited. Let us begin tonight's gathering. Bring Her Back, a movie released last year, I think. A really good reception, I would say. At least it was a box office success.
Yeah, I didn't actually check but I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
But it's somewhat similar to their first one, right? I not only in the naming convention, but they must have hit what they really like to talk about.
They have a style, let's say like that, and it's always contemporary, of course. I mean, most horror movies usually are contemporary, and it's just centers around like a very specific, very close, like familial kind of drama between
So the
two.
personal horror.
Yeah, it's usually stuff like that, or at least we only have two examples, but yeah, both movies are
So far.
Yeah, so this movie, should we just jump right into it, I guess? So it's about these two siblings. So Piper is a blind girl. I think she's like 10 or something, 8 or 10 or something like that.
Oh, no. She's a little bit older, I think. They don't disclose how old she is, but she's in... I say this because the opening scene has got some mean girls on the bus stop who make fun of her, and they seem to be in that early teens when puberty hits and kids start getting really mean. They already are conscious; they're being mean on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it might be like 12, 13, something else.
Yeah, around that time.
That's true. Not that kids can't be mean before then, but yeah.
No, but yeah. But it's different.
Yeah, so it's Piper. She's, I guess, the protagonist, kind of. And
I would
then
say so.
there is her step brother,
Andy.
And
who's already like reaching maturity.
Yeah, he's 17. And I say step brother because it's very, it's quite obvious. They're not the same.
He is. Yeah, he's white.
She's Asian and he's white.
And she is Asian.
Yeah.
They come from two separate. Like Andy's dad married Piper's mom, initially didn't really like each other. I'm mentioning this because it also comes into play a little bit later.
Hmm.
But to go on.
It's kind of strange because we'd never see either her mom or Andy's mom, like, ever.
I'm pretty sure that's also implied that and Piper's mom has died already, and that they're at the sole care of Andy's father, Phil,
Okay.
who, well, spoiler alert.
Yeah, he dies.
Yeah, right at the beginning of the movie, they find him dead in the shower. I think he was undergoing like cancer treatment, and
True,
uh,
true.
it
He
gets
dies
kind of
suddenly.
ruled as a suicide or something
Yeah, he
like that.
gets, yeah, or like an accident, like he slipped and then fell. It's very strange. Andy becomes, gains PTSD from running water from this point.
Or entering
Because
entering a bathroom with a closed door because he was the first one in.
True. The relationship between Piper and Andy is interesting because, Piper is blind. She always needs somebody to, show her stuff, show her around, and help her, traverse the street and stuff like that. And so Andy, is the only person that's to effectively take care of her. And we notice from the first scene that Andy isn't he live quite
He
often
shields
to,
shields Piper from the truth.
yeah,
Yeah.
to protect her, make things, kind of taking advantage of the fact that she doesn't see, to, I guess, paint a better world in her mind than the actual reality, I guess.
She's not stupid either. She knows that they do this. So much so that they have a code word for being truthful with each other.
Yeah, grapefruit.
Throughout the movie, we hear them say grapefruit a lot when because I guess it's something that you normally don't say in a regular conversation, or just
Hmm.
don't usually say randomly, I guess, because they just throw it out like that. But it's in those moments that they usually try to tell each other the truth. And more often than not, I guess, Andy does not.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, so after their father dies, they are taken into foster care by this lady who they don't know. I think it's at this point it's already implied that she was like a previous manager for the school or something. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but
He worked
she's
in the system, yes, yes.
yeah,
It should have been our first clue that something is not really right when they spend. I mean, obviously it's for movie effect, right? They wouldn't spend a lot of time in the system again, but the fact that they get immediately picked up in retrospect is a red flag.
that is true. Should have seen that coming. But yeah, it's definitely strange, but not as strange as Laura, because yeah, this lady is definitely a character. I don't even know how to describe her. It's just crazy. I mean, look, if you really want to boil down to it, this movie is basically a retelling of Ansel and Gretel. So imagine, like, you know two siblings going to a house. Everything seems nice and and cute and whatever until it hits the fan and you realize, oh, this woman is actually lured them into this house, and then the rest of the movie happens. But essentially, like, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this. It's like Laura is this very kind, very, very, nice and friendly woman who, takes them in and is really, she's actually yeah, of course, very dismissive of Andy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that initially the offer was only for Piper and he was not supposed to come in, especially because he's had
Yeah,
some trouble with violence in the past, or they don't delve into it much right now, but we'll
true.
get back to it later.
But it's pretty obvious, or at least I guess Andy notices it more because he's sighted. Something is just really off. Like, she embalms her dead pets for some reason.
Taxidermy. It's common, I guess. This little guy is gonna get
Well,
that treatment
he he hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't arrived there yet. But
yet.
yeah, I can definitely see that. But it is strange to see like a mortal doing that though. It's usually more of the stuff that we do. But anyway,
No, mortals kind of shit a lot.
I guess I don't.
Regardless, let
Anyway,
me just mention that it's not just Laura, but her kid too. She also has
yeah,
another
I was
adopted
gonna
kid.
I was gonna mention that there's I guess a mute kid who's he's not just mute, but he just looks and acts in a very off-putting way.
Could chalk it up to like some sort of mental disease, but it becomes
True.
clear very soon that he's not totally there. There's something inhuman about this
Mhm.
child.
Laura immediately lies about him as well, which Andy notices, of course, because he's sighted. She immediately lies about this Ollie, supposedly, to saying that he likes Piper. He's smiling at her. Yeah, we immediately know. Yeah, this is somebody who also isn't very trustworthy. And that becomes the rest of the movie, because by this point you can already kind of, at least in I was able to already like kind of see where this was going. Also because yeah, we forgot to mention like this is sometimes superposed by a really gruesome recording of some ritual happening. So
Some
we already kind of
Russian videotape that's been circulating. Yeah, actually the movie opens with that. Someone is being hung, and there's a white circle painted around the this ritual. And
there's just some crazy shit happening. It's really hard to even understand what's going on.
let me say that when they do reach the house for the first time, I did notice the white line around, not around the house. I didn't know it was around the house, but I did notice it. There was a white line just marking something, and I thought, huh, it can't be what I think it is. It's probably some beam of light that's making it seem like there's a circle around the house, right? Yeah.
uh, yeah, there is an actual circle drawn around the house. There's just like a big portion, like like half an hour of the movie is just all these like little details and weird things going on.
Yeah, there's a shed locked behind the pool that has no water. She keeps checking the weather, right? For when the
Yeah,
rain will be heavier.
yeah, and she draws like a little line at a certain height in the inside the pool. She also just she mentioned that her did we forget to mention this like really crucial detail that her daughter died.
Yeah, her
She says
daughter,
her
who was also blind.
who was also blind. True. Died. She drowned. She explains this, and
It, it,
and
it's at night, right? When they're is it the night that they're getting drunk?
I'm
Because they
not
get
sure,
the
but yeah,
kid drunk to let them. Laura wanted to put the kids in a more relaxed state after their father's funeral.
yeah, because they went to the funeral. Yeah,
Yeah, and
that's.
they all get drunk and they talk about their feelings. And I remember that Laura says that she would do anything to hear Kathy
Hmm.
say, call her mom one last time.
Yep,
And I think
yep,
that's a defining trait for Laura's character.
definitely. She definitely will do anything, even if that's following the instructions of a Russian videotape from like 10 years earlier or something. I don't know.
There's
It's
this. I don't know what you're going to talk about.
no. Go ahead.
What
Go
are you
ahead.
going to talk about? I was going to make a big skip. There's this scene where she is bathing Oliver and she's talking to him. She's saying things like, how can I know you're there if you don't show me, if you don't speak, if you don't say anything, if I have no proof?
Hmm.
And Oliver finally raises his eyes, turns his eyes to Laura, and I don't remember exactly what he does.
There's a whole like kind of paranormal situation that happens, like the sun and like yeah the water like turns on, and the steam, and then the mirror shatters. There's like a paranormal thing that happens, I guess, kind of to
Yeah,
prove
he
that like
starts creating,
whatever.
becoming a little poltergeist.
Yeah, something along
So,
the lines of that.
so that's when we realize that Oliver isn't mute by choice. It's more like perhaps if he speaks, he blows someone's head off or something. like a
it's
be not afraid type situation.
he's not normal, I guess, in the paranormal he's paranormal, basically. Like there's something going on here. I think this is the first evidence that we have of that.
Hmm.
More stuff happens. For some reason, Laura, maybe as revenge for Andy texting his friend that Ollie was weird or something, or a freak,
He's a
she
little freak, a freak.
yeah, she pisses on like a bucket multiple times and then goes and pours in his pants when he's sleeping to pretend that he's peeing his pants. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, the idea
It's
here, I feel like she never wanted Andy in her house because it goes against her plan. More on that later.
Mhm.
But she wants to slide him as many times as she can in order to sort of gaslight everyone into gaslight might not
Yeah,
be
yeah.
the right word. She does gaslight Piper into
Yes.
believing Andy is aggressive and that he's going to put them both in danger. She wants to manufacture a situation where she seems like the victim when she's clearly the one
Mhm.
who was provoking all of this.
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense. The plan is for her to basically get Andy out of there, essentially.
Hmm.
And she manages to do it in one way or another, because she essentially, yeah, she like punches Piper when she's sleeping, pretends that it was pretends that it was Andy. There's a whole they fight.
We were talking about how Piper and Laura leave the house to go, have do something between them, and they leave Andy and Oliver in the house. And Andy
Yeah.
wants to, get to know Oliver. So he leaves him out, tries to talk with him. He doesn't speak, so gives him a piece of paper and a pencil so he can write something. And he does write like bird on a piece of paper that, it doesn't make much sense for now, but we'll get to it later.
Mhm.
He gives a piece of fruit to Oliver in a knife, in like the tip of a knife.
Yeah, and Oliver
And the
grabs the
kid,
knife.
yeah, he just starts biting not into the piece of fruit but into the knife.
Yeah, and Andy freaks out, has basically like a panic attack, has to, force, like, take the knife out, grab Ollie, and rush out of the house, dragging him. And as he's dragging him out of the threshold, and out of the gate, he's dragging him closer and closer to that, that circle that you mentioned, the edge of the circle. And Ollie starts kind of pushing back, like he is like trying to not get out of the circle. And when Andy pulls him out of the circle, he starts kind of screaming and convulsing on the floor.
He
It's like
finally says something.
yeah, he kind of wakes up. There's like a weird thing going on with his chest and stuff, and he just tells him like, "Help me." And this is when Piper and Laura arrive, and Laura is panicking, like
Why is he
seeing all.
outside?
Yeah, and she she takes him into her room, locks herself in her room with him, and watches the tape to try and figure out. This is basically when we really like when it's really like established that, yeah, like she's following the instructions on the tape. Try and understand, like, what do you do when this happens. And she, does like a circle in his forehead and stuff like that, and he's and feeds him a piece of the hair Andy's father for some reason, to try and, I guess it's part of the ritual. It's Yeah, we're gonna mention that, like, this ritual is is very strange and very complex, but that's for the analysis, I guess.
Oh, we also missed the scene in the funeral where she makes Andy kiss his
Yeah,
dead
yeah,
father
yeah.
in the mouth. This woman is crazy.
Yeah, it's what I said. Like, she's not normal. She's very, very off in a lot of
Anyway,
off-putting in a lot
yeah.
of things.
While
But
all of
yeah,
this is happening and Andy is like freaking out, he's showering and I guess he hallucinates with his dad after he sleeps and falls in the shower, has this hallucination of his father saying that Piper will die in the rain, and he wakes up in the hospital, like trying to ripping everything out of him. Like, I need to go back. She's in danger. Blah blah blah. You know how it is.
Laura goes visit him, and she
Oh
just
yeah, yeah.
casually admits that she killed his. It's never explained how she did that,
No,
but she
but
just
no,
throws that
it's
out there.
plausible because she worked at CPS. She knows it's going to become apparent that she picked Piper for a reason,
Yes, yes.
and that she probably orchestrated and murdered Phil with her own two hands to make it look like an accident.
Yeah, but like
We'll get to it.
by this point it's already established. Like we know why she picked Piper. Like it's pretty
Not
clear.
exactly, because I mean,
her daughter was also blind.
yeah, but it's not clear to us that
sure.
what the end game of the ritual is, at least at this point. You and I, by that point, yes, we realized what was going on, even if it took us a little bit longer than we want to admit.
Okay. The movie hasn't yet like laid out all the cards. That's true.
Yeah,
but
that's what I mean to say.
Yeah.
So Laura and Piper are in the shed, and Laura puts Kathy's shirt on her. So it's clear that she's grooming Piper more and more to become like Kathy. She wants her to speak like Kathy. She wants to wear her hair like Kathy, the same shirt as Kathy. And she even shows, well, she shows us, the audience, and she shows Piper, even though Piper can't see, that Kathy's body has been with them this entire time.
Has been preserved in a freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she makes Piper touch it for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's part of the ritual.
I think she's just sick.
Maybe, yeah. She's definitely like a psychopath at this point. So
yeah, it's somewhere after this that the rest of the tape is shown, in which it is explained that the corpse of the deceased is fed into the host that is possessed, who then will vomit the body of the person that it killed in order to bring back the one that died before. This doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay. The idea is,
yes,
this ritual involves binding a demon to a human body and then recreating the manner in which the person we want to bring back died.
Yep.
Have the demon eat the body of the first person.
Eat the body of the person that you want to bring back. The dead person you want to bring back eats like part of it, like the face or whatever, and then pukes in the mouth of the new body that just died in the same way that the other person died, to bring the soul of the person who died originally into this new body. It's a mess, but
it makes sense. It's really truthful to the kind of rituals that happen. You know, it's convoluted, yes, but that's exactly how they are.
I guess
it's cool that these notes say demon, but it's clear that Laura thinks it's an angel.
True, she does say that. Yeah, there's also the whole thing where like Andy, because he admits that he hit Piper once. There was like this whole thing because he's lying about he's hiding the fact that their dad hit him, and he hid that from Piper because he didn't want Piper to know that the father was abusive. There's this whole thing, and then it's
Phil was violent towards. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. But Phil was violent towards Andy, but he never did anything to Piper.
Yeah,
and Andy makes a point of letting us know that, even CPS actually.
Yeah, and then I think, well, I mean, we're getting kind of close to the end of it, right? Like there's oh, it starts raining, as I mean, I think we kind of mentioned. It starts raining, pool starts filling up. This is when Andy goes to the I don't know what the term is, but the the manager that set them up for this foster care. I think her name is, and he reveals that, or basically he
because he sees the poster,
right?
He sees the missing kid poster.
Yeah. He goes to the police to try and essentially file a report on Laura. for abuse, and he realizes that, oh, the kid, also because we we forgot to mention that she is looking at a tape with Piper. Of course, Piper can't see the tape, so she's describing and of course lying about the tape of her two kids. And so the two kids are of course Kathy and Ollie, but
No, no. Yeah, yeah. Yes.
Ollie is not the same person that we see her
He
call
calls her
Ollie.
Auntie Laura, not mom.
True. I mean, there's also that weird thing. But
The description that she gives Piper is the same as the one on the tape. She does say
true,
that he's red-haired and curly,
true.
even though
But
Oliver
that's
isn't anything like that.
exactly the Oliver that we see is not anything like that. And then we realize, when Andy sees the picture of the missing kid, and the missing kid
Whose name
is
on her bird.
Bird. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's the kid. The missing kid is apparently possessed inside the circle. Yeah, that's when he tells all this to the lady that I forgot the name of, and she's like, "Well, seriously, like I've worked with Laura
Wendy!
for Wendy, exactly. I've worked with Laura for like 20 years. She's really trustworthy. She has never given us any problems. But she ends up, because Andy's insistent, and she's like, okay, fine. I guess I have to check it out. And she goes, I guess, to visit Laura and effectively do an inspection, but like really, really kind of more of an obligation than anything. And man, if Andy hadn't ignored his orders to stay in the car and broke down the door to the shed and seen Ollie eating the face of the corpse of Kathy, Laura was so close to getting away with it. So close. She effectively just admit, like when Wendy sees that Laura's bleeding, she just immediately like drops the mask and admits what she's doing, trying to convince Wendy that it's a good thing.
Andy's calling her, is like, don't go out there.
Yeah, and and Wendy sees the thing happening, and before they can reach the car, Laura just runs them over with her car, both of them. So both Andy and
Well,
Wendy.
Wendy is killed outright,
Yes,
but then she murders Andy by drowning him in a pool of mud. It's so anticlimactic and it hurts so bad.
yeah, it's like Andy got so mistreated by everyone in this movie. It's insane.
His last words, he leaves a message to Piper on her phone
Yeah,
while
telling
he's
her
driving.
everything, telling
He
her the
admits
truth.
to the truth that he punched her and he didn't mean, like, he really likes her. What? He really loves her. What am I saying? And he would do anything to protect her, and that's really what he did.
And then it's time, so Laura goes to try and get and drown Piper. Piper does understand, realizes what's happening when she touches Ollie and realizes that Ollie does not match at all the description that Laura's given her, and she also finds the
Yeah,
corpse
that's important
somehow.
to. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you again.
I'm just saying, like, somehow she finds Andy's corpse as well in the bathroom, and she tries to run away, and well, she's blind, so she just knocks her head on a wall and passes out, making Laura's job much easier, actually. What were you gonna say?
Piper finds Oliver because Oliver calls her over with Andy's voice.
True.
And then she finds Andy dead in the bathroom, and it's just like she found her father, and in the same manner. Actually, it's really sad.
This movie is sad.
While everything is ready, and Laura is about to drown Piper in the pool, while Oliver is watching.
Waiting. Yeah.
Yeah, Piper is struggling and eventually makes it out the water for one last gasp, where she lets out the words "mom." And in this split second, Laura isn't really sure if she resurrected her dead daughter, or if she realizes that she could have had the same thing if she just grieved in another different way. And the result of this, anyway, is that Piper escapes.
Oh,
And
escapes not before being attacked by Oliver, because remember, Oliver's job, or I guess the demon possessing Oliver's job, is still like nobody's told him to not do anything, so he's still gonna do the whole thing of like puking in her mouth, probably. So he chases after her, as per the ritual, supposed to go like that, I guess. Except she's not supposed to be alive. So he chases after her, and they both exit the circle. And as soon as Oliver exits the circle, he, the possession ends, and he gets back to his bird, as you said, his real self.
I don't think Oliver did. I don't think he finished the job either way, because Laura is found by the police grabbing her daughter's body. I think he was probably just chasing Piper to eat her too, but he does slip.
True.
He does slip and fall out of the circle. He doesn't do so willingly.
True.
Yeah, the police also found him.
Yeah, because he goes like over like a thing, like a fence or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then finally the police, because they were called, because Laura murdered two people and one of them was like an official, so obviously they would go and eventually look. She knew that our time was limited, and eventually the police came and they find Piper and Bird, and yeah, as you said, they also find eventually Laura, and holding the corpse of her daughter, I guess both dead in the pool. And yeah, and that's how the movie ends. Well, no, the movie ends with Piper listening to the recording that Andy sent her, and yeah.
And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, just really sad, man. Like this is supposed to be a horror movie because it's just it's just sad.
The movie is a lot about that, honestly. It's a lot about trauma. I think it's the underlying current between all of these characters. Everyone is traumatized somehow.
Yeah, everyone's just miserable, man. Like
this kind of horror is super personal, and I really can't feel anything about it because no humanity, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, when I say it's sad, I mean just like, of course, in a hypothetical sense, not in like a personal
I understand,
sense, because I don't feel human emotions. But yeah, man, this movie hates men also. Like the amount of, well, I guess it hates everybody. It's just the amount of, yeah, as you said, the amount of pain, the amount of trauma that all these characters go through is insane. And Laura, again, Laura as a character is like, for her to like the amount of, in my opinion, like she has to be a genius, right? But at the same time, it's like, how would a genius just make such, I don't know.
Remember Weapons?
Yeah, it's kind of like that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it.
But it's
both
just
of
like
them kind of.
She had to orchestrate the amount of ingenuity she had to orchestrate the death of their dad. And all of this, a plan that had, like, all of these details had to come together, and she almost did it, and then just at the last second, just giving up. She's a very like, it kind of frustrates me, this character, because it's just like, what are you, like, what? Like, you went so far and then you just give up. I don't know. I understand, like, the movie's, it's trying to be nuanced about it, but like as a character, like I guess because I'm so used to the kind of the psychopath, like the the stalker, the Michael Myers kind of character, that when you have a character like this, that then just like at the last second it's just like, oh wait, no, I'm actually like a human being. It's just like, like, I want like a villain, I mean, she's still a horrible person, don't get me wrong. Just like, man, I don't know. I don't know.
We have to look at it. We have to look at it in terms of how would humans react to this? Like, how would mortals react to this? And
I guess
it does feel like horror is evolving into this very personal, very traumatic kind of horror. Very less, even if it has paranormal effects, everything is very local. Everything is very.
It's very kind of like slice of lifey. I don't know how to say it. Like, very
it's not
contemporary.
folk,
I don't know.
because
it's not about household. I don't know.
Yeah,
but like, as I said, this is basically just Ansel and Gretel, but like a modern retelling. I know it's a little, it's a little different because it involves like sacrifices and stuff. It involves like a ritual and stuff. I guess the original was she just wanted to eat them, right? the
Hmm.
witch, which I mean, this still involves eating people, kind of. So still that theme there. But yeah, it's a little different. But I still I don't know. I think it's a fair comparison. And yeah, it's just the movie spends a lot of time. I feel like also like the movie spends a lot of time trying to trick you into thinking that it's going to be different than what you could already kind of guess, because we were already like already had a theory of what was going to happen in like the first 20 minutes, and then like if it felt like the next hour or was just the movie trying to prove me wrong, but then it's just like no, actually it is literally just like she's trying to bring her daughter back, and that's it. It's just that's it. That's the
Yeah,
movie.
I mean, sure, it's in the title, but the way they were going about it, how the movie is interceded with the scenes of the VHSs, of actually the movie actually starts in the
Hmm.
point of view of someone who is in that warehouse where those
Yeah.
tapes were recorded, and looking back to it with how the circles and killing someone by hanging with the dead body over there already. I feel like this movie has more potential for sequels than Talk to Me. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah, yeah, it definitely has there's a lot of stuff that it I feel like it kind of under explains things. I mean, I guess Talk to Me also kind of did. Mystery, sure, mystery lives off of lack of information,
Hmm.
which is what these movies do, and they're good at it, I guess. But there's definitely like a lot of stuff that just is barely explained. Like this ritual, this whole demon thing and possessing like a person and whatever, like this is like barely explained. This is just like so kind of in the background, just like oh yeah, that's also like a thing that's happening. This can definitely be explored a lot more. Yeah.
I want to believe that these guys
And
would only get better as they go.
mhm. And I wonder, like, is this all taking place? I guess it is kind of all taking place in the same universe, in the same world.
I think they will eventually all cross over into one another. I can't even say that
a
with a straight face.
The the PCU, Philippou Cinematic Universe.
Oh
I
my
don't
god.
know. I don't know.
Even the scenes where Oliver. Okay, I don't know how much we talked about it, but Oliver has this insatiable hunger.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of scenes where he's eating like stuff where that no person should eat, like the knife, yes.
The
But there's a scene
Fly.
where he's left, yeah. There's a scene where he's left alone, starts to eat the kitchen counter,
Oh god.
like a
Oh
table
yeah,
made of wood.
we forgot about that scene where he tries to eat Laura, which is why she's bleeding, and he tries
Yeah,
eating
he eats
his own
himself too.
arm.
He
Yeah.
rips a part of his own flesh. It's a whole mess. Like this whatever this demon is, um, he's really hungry.
Hmm.
And those particular scenes, I mean, I guess the knife scene was incredible. Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't really find anything to pick that scene apart, but obviously the one with the table, the teeth are clearly not his teeth, and his mouth is exaggeratedly big. But you know, that's one little detail that you need to pay attention to look.
Yeah, but honestly, the special effects I thought were incredible. Like
The knife one is incredible
the
because
knife one,
it
like yeah.
looks legitimately real. It is really well done.
I feel
Congratulations on
like
that one.
yeah, I feel like they might have actually like put like a dull knife like with the tip. Like he's actually like has like like a knife in his mouth, and they
To
just
me,
like
most
put blood
impressive is
or
how the
something. I
teeth
don't
are
know.
breaking, because that's exactly how teeth break.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
flake and yeah,
yeah.
it's really cool.
It's incredibly well done. Yeah. So yeah, the effects are incredible. I don't even know if it has CGI in it. I'm not sure, or if it's. I mean,
Probably.
it, yeah, it probably does have a little bit. I mean, these are YouTubers, right? You said the guys, so they have a lot of knowledge. So the the directors, they have a lot of knowledge of this stuff as well.
I don't think I said they
And
were YouTubers, but
well, I mean, in the talk to me, I think you mentioned that these guys were.
maybe I
I
don't
think
remember.
they're YouTubers. I don't know. Yeah, it's the cinematography is really good, and the special effects and the acting I think also is great. I
Incredible
wonder if
Four.
like
someone who's like in her first role apparently. Piper, I think it is her
Yeah.
first role. She has absolutely no experience with acting, no classes or anything, I guess.
Wow.
And even so, she's really good.
Yeah.
I really think you
Yeah.
can't fault her for maybe perhaps with the death scenes and how she reacts. But I mean, she's young. I can't blame her for that either way.
Mhm.
It's
It's really hard to
the
find
movie is
find.
passable,
Yeah. It's really hard to
and you
find
have
good
sorry,
child
I
actors.
don't.
Sorry.
I'll shut up. But Laura, Sally Hawkins, or the actress that plays Laura, she is incredible, right? She
Hmm.
is classically trained, from what I know. She plays theater, so it's an entire different way of acting.
True.
She's been in hundreds of movies. She is. We never actually
Hundreds of
reviewed.
movies. Really?
I don't. I may be exaggerating, of course, but um, the plays, she acted probably thousands of times in plays,
Mm.
recurring and stuff like that. Um, a thing that we didn't mention is that she plays the mute character in A Shape of Water, from Guillermo del Toro.
Ah.
So she also has played someone with an impairment in another movie. It's funny that doesn't she end? Doesn't she die in that movie? Doesn't she drown? What happened? I don't remember how the movie ends. But that's
Then I
beside the
didn't
point
watch that. I
anyway.
don't know. I don't know how you watched that movie because I didn't.
It's not a horror movie anyway.
So, what else is there to talk about? I just thought I don't know. It's a good movie, I think. Wait, hello?
Yes, it is a really good movie. One of my favorite movies from last year.
And that's saying a lot
And
because we got Frankenstein.
yeah, yeah, we did get a lot of good movies last year. But this one was really good. I really hope that these guys keep making movies like this, because they'll only get better.
I hope so.
And I
I
want to
guess.
see. I want them to keep in this formula, I guess, if you want to call it like that. I want them to keep this personal horror. I am a fan of it,
Mm.
even though whatever. I'm a fan of it.
I just want them to keep building that PCU.
The PCU. All right. I'm gonna give it.
Like an 8, like a 7.5, like an 8 for me. I don't know.
I was gonna give it 8.5 drownings out of 10 pools. Yeah. Let the bodies hit the floor.
What?
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm losing my mind tonight.
Aren't we always losing our minds? I mean, that's kind of our thing.
You lost your mind a long time ago.
That is true.
No, I'm sorry. You lost your brain a long time ago. You did not lose your
Well,
mind.
no. Hey, I mean, okay, my original brain, yes, but I'm always, I have multiple minds. I am multi-minded, I guess. I don't know.
All right. So I think that's all. Grymm Mansion.
Yeah.
The candles are out. The circles have been erased, and we will let silence reign again. The Grymm Mansion is closing its gates. Have a horrible night, and until we meet again.